everyone, welcome to Movie Dude. So, I know I haven't made a video in quite some time, but I have finally watched Pixar's Elio. I know this is a very late review due to my channel starting around 1 month ago, while the movie came out 2 months ago. Since I have finally watched this movie, today's video will be reviewing it. Alright, first of all, the first category, the story. So the story of Elio was pretty great. The whole idea of him being a lonely earthling begging to be abducted by aliens was unique and very relatable to several audiences. And when Elio enters the communiverse, everything becomes so fun and creative in the movie. And I really like his friendship with Gordon also. Though all those good things about the film, the pace in the story was pretty terrible. The entire story of Elio saving Gordon from Lord Grigan went by way too quick. You know, I felt the same feeling with Pixar's Inside Out 2. Although it was an awesome movie, the pace didn't go that well. And now we got Elio, another one of those quick movies. So now I'm beginning to think that Pixar's future in terms of pace will not be good. Overall, though, except for the rushed parts of the story of this movie was still pretty great. Anyways, now we are going into the characters. Alright, it's kind of a no-brainer here. The characters in this movie are pretty forgettable. Let me prove it to you. Here are the characters I remember. Elio, duh, his name is in the title. Olga, Gordon, and Lord Grigan. That totals up to 4 remembered characters. The others, or rather the creatures in the communiverse, are clearly impossible to remember. But the studio did great with Elio. He sounds like your average preteen boy. He acts very natural and he's relatable. I'm sure a lot of us has dealt with loneliness, and this movie does great with that, letting us feel what Elio felt. So overall, this movie does have quite a few issues on character memorability, but because of Elio's character relatability, it doesn't become all bad. Alright, now heading into the animation. I shouldn't even be putting this as a category because it's kind of obvious, but as usual, Pixar almost never badly animates their films, so of course Elio was another thumbs up for them. The animation for this one, though, was nothing particularly special. I liked Elio's design and Gordon's face, and while the other characters were okay, again, nothing special. Don't get me wrong, though, the animation was still beautiful. It's just that Pixar doesn't put effort to make they didn't put effort in this film to make the animation one of a kind. Alright, last of all, why did this movie flop in the box office? I know this is not an opinion, but I just want to mention this. So, Elio on its opening weekend had grossed 24 million worldwide, becoming the worst ever opening for a Pixar film. That is terrible. So why did it flop? I can say it in actually 2 words. Horrible marketing. If I wasn't a movie fan, I wouldn't have remembered at all this film was coming out. Inside Out 2, their movie before Elio, had huge marketing. Everyone knew it was going to release. And all Pixar really did with Elio was releasing the trailers, like every movie should, and a few 10-second videos saying, go see Elio in theaters. That is definitely not enough. And that is why Elio ended up grossing less than 130 million worldwide. Alright, now wrapping up here, Elio was an awesome and enjoyable movie. I would give it a rating of 7 or possibly 8 out of 10. Definitely not one of Pixar's best, but worth the watch. Anyways, that was my official movie review on Pixar's Elio. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and see you soon.